Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Impact Report for, what is it? Wait a second. Well, May the 4th be with you. Yes, it is May 4th, 2017. If you don't know who I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Mark of the Masses, the man with a plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some TNA. Well, actually, TNA doesn't exist, so just Impact Wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the cameraman, the steady hand of OneWrestling.com. Yes, Carl. Carl. And again, I don't give his last name because I'm not allowed for some reason, according to the contract that he signed, Carl. I don't know why. People want to come and see you and meet you and know who you are, and you're just standing there every single week, you know, coming to work and everything. Anyway, listen, here's the deal, guys. Usually I do this from the offices of OneWrestling.com. To be honest with you, we're doing a little renovation down there in the office, so I just decided to do it from home. That's why I'm doing it so late or early, depending on when you're watching this. I'm actually recording this 5/5/2017. It's just early in the morning, around 11 o'clock in the morning, and you know, feeling pretty good. I actually watched the show, and I really did enjoy the show. I thought this was a solid show. Really well done. I love the way they kicked this off, and what did they kick it off with? They kicked it off with my favorite thing, wrestling. And not only wrestling, guys, it was one hell of a wrestling match between two of probably the most talented guys on the Impact Wrestling roster. So we have reborn Matt Sydal versus Eddie Edwards with his beautiful wife Alisha. And I gotta tell you something. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Eddie Edwards did not, in fact, come down to the Wolf music anymore, or the American Wolves, or the I forgot what they call it, the Wolves. He actually has a new theme song, so go check that out. I'm sure we could be able to find the MP3 somewhere. But listen, man, this was an awesome match. Solid chain wrestling. I mean, Matt Sydal is so damn good. I had a guy, we have a guy that used to work with us here at OneWrestling.com, Andre Corbeil, who said that he felt that Matt Sydal is the next AJ Styles. Now, before you go crazy, what he's talking about is the next AJ Styles who ran and basically headed off the X Division for Impact Wrestling. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I do not necessarily disagree with him. I think Matt Sydal is that guy that I guess Impact Wrestling had been looking for years to fill in that lead role for the X Division. And this was unbelievable. This was a really solid match. We're going to fast forward all the way towards the end of the match. There was a huge suicide dive by Matt Sydal, and you know, we went to break, so on and so forth. Anyway, we have a huge code breaker by Eddie Edwards, and it was and it led into an amazing double underhook Hurricane Rana reverse by Matt Sydal, guys, that you just have to see to believe. If you guys haven't seen it, guys, I'm sure you can find it online, Daily Motion, so on and so forth. Also, One Wrestling video is also on Daily Motion, so check out what we have there as well. Listen, we go to Matt Sydal. He goes to the top rope, and there was one of the most dangerous bumps. You know, Matt Sydal's in the top rope, and Eddie Edwards actually pushes him off, and Matt Sydal lands with his legs hitting the top rope and his body kind of falling over. And again, guys, you know, when you hit those ropes, no matter where, you know, especially when they call it high-risk maneuvers. Well, let's be real, guys, it's extremely high risk. And coming down from there, if you hit it the wrong way, if you land the wrong way, you could land on your neck, and there goes your career. But anyway, awesome match. Listen, guys, we fast forward again, and we have Eddie Edwards who counters another attempt of a Frankensteiner, because Matt Sydal had hit one earlier, and this thing went all the way to the wire, where we had Matt Sydal who hits a big knee to the face and then does one of the best shooting star presses in the business. No, I'm gonna say it. Matt Sydal does the best shooting star press in the damn business. And you know, he went over clean. Matt Sydal goes over clean, and I said to myself, wow, you know, they're really pushing this guy to the moon right now. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. You can leave your comments here at OneWrestling.com down in the comment box. All you have to do is sign in there, guys. Or go to One Wrestling Video, leave your comments here below on the box, or just shoot me a tweet. Give me a follow at Big Ray's Show, guys. I'm a little off my game right now. I got to be honest with you guys, because usually I used to work at night, and I'm there very late, and that's why I usually do the reviews and stuff. And being home, I feel all weird and stuff. And I also got the Impact Rebellion, and also, guys, I got a couple of Twitter shoutouts I'm gonna be doing, not only here but also on the Impact Rebellion. So again, give me a follow on Twitter at Big Ray Show, guys. Well, anyway, we have Eddie Edwards, and again, he's leaving with his beautiful wife, and I like the way Josh Matthews and the Pope Daddy, the way they played it off as if, oh, we're going to cut away to so-and-so in the back. And all out of nowhere, we have Davey Richards, who comes out with the steel chair right to the jaw, basically, of his former tag team partner. And he just relentlessly attacks his former tag team partner and best friend. And I gotta be honest with you guys, he actually drapes Eddie's leg over the guardrail and just proceeded to attack Eddie Edwards with the chair. Finally, the doctor, security come out, so on and so forth. But the little firecracker, the little house of fire, his wife, I'm talking about Eddie Edwards' wife, the former TNA heavyweight champion, well, she comes out, and Alisha just runs off the ramp and attacks both Eddie Edwards and his wife at the same, I'm sorry, not Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards and his wife, the former Knockouts champion, taking them both out. And she was pissed. She was absolutely upset. And she, listen, it took a couple of security guards to get her off of the two. So, you know, Angelina Love, Davey Richards, looks like you guys have a lot on your plate right now, and this feud's going to continue to move on, guys. It's going to be pretty cool. Now we go backstage and we have a couple of talking segments, which is, as you guys know, my absolute favorite. Magnus is interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell backstage, and again he claims that he needs to be the main event at Slammiversary because he's a GFW champion, so on and so forth. And but while this is happening, Matt Morgan, the Blueprint, comes out. That's a big dude, man. He is in fantastic shape. Again, I'm a big dude. I'm about 6'1", guys, and 2 and change. I did an interview a long time ago over here, One Wrestling. Actually, if you type in Big Ray Matt Morgan One Wrestling, you'll be able to find an interview. It's like, I don't know, 2014 or 2011. I can't even remember what year it was. But look at the size difference. This dude is huge. And again, I'm a big dude. But yeah, man, Matt Morgan comes out and they start going back and forth, and Bruce Pritchard finally comes out, Brother Love, and he basically says, you know what, you're going to be fighting, that you being Matt Morgan is going to be fighting you, Magnus, for the Global Force Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here's the deal. This is Impact Wrestling, and I know eventually they're going to get rid of these titles, so on and so forth, but is it just me? I'm getting a little tired of the whole Global Force gimmick. I'm getting a little tired of seeing those titles on. Hopefully Magnus wins. I hope they book it right. Magnus fights the Impact Wrestling champion, and you know, they consolidate the titles. What I think is going to happen is this is going to be the new regime, the new turnover. Whatever titles are merged together, I believe it's going to become the new Impact Championship. So if you look over my shoulder right here, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, I think this is it. It's done. So if you guys go to TNAshop.com, because this one's probably going out of stock soon, I honestly do think they're coming out with a new title. I'm going to put my ear to the ground. I'm going to try to find out what they're doing regarding the new title, but I do think they are coming. I did hear a couple of things, but I don't know for sure, so I really don't want to comment on it because I'm not 100% sure right now. But, I mean, guys, you know, hey, you know what you do? You know what would be cool, man? Why don't you guys send me a design, show me what you think the Impact Wrestling title should look like. Me personally, man, I mean, I'm an old school cat, but I would not be against, like, if you take a look at the Grand Championship, it has a 6-sided, you know, ring gimmick type of center plate. I would go with something like that, man. I think it looks good. I mean, the GFW title looks awesome. Listen, TNA title, I think, is probably the nicest title in the business. Again, besides maybe the Dragon's Gate title, and the ROH title is pretty cool looking too. I am the biggest fan of this title, the old NWA World Heavyweight Championship, which of course TNA was a part of. And by the way, speaking of that, I'm gonna have a little round table with Billy Ray Valentine and the Professor Anthony Quintana. That's gonna be tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this. Tomorrow night, Saturday. I'm gonna try to get it up like around 8 or 9 o'clock p.m. We're gonna be recording tonight, but we're gonna be talking about the possibility of Billy Corrigan actually finalizing the deal with NWA National Wrestling Alliance. And you know, we're going to find out whether we believe, you know, we're going to have like a three-way conversation, and we're going to kind of break down whether we believe, if we believe Billy Corrigan can actually resurrect the dead federation, which is the NWA. So that's going to be pretty cool. And again, so anyway, guys, we're just talking about Impact Wrestling, and again, you know, again, I'm really tired of seeing the Global Force Championship bantered about. That organization never kicked off, and I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of the whole thing. But I mean, they're not even going with an engagement. What am I talking about? An invasion angle. If they were going to the invasion angle, that would probably be different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you guys think? Leave your comments below. OneWrestling.com, YouTube/OneWrestling video. We're gonna move on, and again, more GWF. I feel like I'm watching a GWF show. Sienna with KM, that's Kevin Matthews, versus Christina Von Eerie for the excuse me, Global Force Women's Championship. Now, I got a tweet from a good buddy of mine, Mark Jordan. Now, I think his last name is Velez. It could be Vales. It's Vales, but you can follow him on Twitter. Give him a big follow at _babyfresh. Now, first and foremost, dude, happy birthday. And you know, you told me a lot of really awesome things, saying that you were a fan of ours here at OneWrestling.com, a fan of mine, and so on and so forth. And I'm extremely humbled that you would take out time to, you know, tweet me and take time to watch our videos. And we appreciate you guys watching all our videos, guys. We love you guys. We love communicating with you guys over at OneWrestling.com and at Big Slam Nation. Listen, buddy, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Anyway, but listen, man, thank you for, and this is what he tweeted me. Look, he says, a big fan here. What's your take on Christina Von Eerie? She lost the belt. Let me see. Christina Von Eerie lost the belt. But do they begin an angle? Would love to see more of her. Well, what is he talking about? Well, basically, I'll just fast forward. This was you know, decent match. CVE, I'll call her, Christina Von Eerie, or just Christina. She actually looked solid in this match. But listen, man, the fact of the matter is that Sienna was just a little bit too much. And you know what? She beat her clean. Sienna actually back and forth. Von Eerie had counted an AK-47 into a sleeper. But then she got backed into a corner. Anyway, from there she tries to go for her finisher. However, Sienna tosses the champ over the head, hits the silencer for the 1-2-3, that pounce type maneuver, which I think is the worst woman's finisher in the history of knockouts, women's, divas, any type of female wrestling action. I mean, the best guy to ever do it was the alpha male, Monty Brown. Marcus Corvan over ECW/WWE, the best pounce. This girl Sienna can do something else. Do something different, man. I'm not a big fan of this thing. But anyway, she hits her finisher and she beats Christina Von Eerie clean. Okay, so now you asked me, Mark, you asked me what my opinion is on Christina Von Eerie. I think she's awesome. I think she looks great. I mean, she's got the tattoos. I would actually kind of move her into work with Reno Scum. She's doing the whole oi, oi, oi thing, and I think she does have some type of relationship with those guys, and build a relationship with those guys, create a faction. I mean, as you know, right now at this point in juncture, Decay is done. Unless they bring someone else in to fill in for Crazy Steve, Decay is done. Decay is over. It's no more. So that faction is done. That faction is gone. We're gonna need factions to kind of face off with guys like the LAX, so on and so forth. And I think they're going to be moving more into factions. I'm not going to get into specifics right now, but I think they're going to be moving more into factions. So I think her next move will be working along Reno Scum as the female counterpart to their faction over in Reno, I guess, in Reno, Nevada. But I think she's excellent. I think she's really good. Again, very beautiful. She's beautiful. I mean, I'm not into the tattoos and stuff, dude, but she's cute. And not only cute, but she's excellent in the ring. She's really good. Got a lot of presence. She's got some charisma. There's something missing there. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe you guys can figure it out. I don't know exactly, but something's missing. And I think maybe her being in that faction with Reno Scum would help her out a whole bunch. So that's why I think her next move is. As for Sienna, I think Sienna will eventually go on to become the Impact or the TNA Knockouts champion, the Impact Knockouts champion. Over some time. I think that's going to be the next move. She's the big dog right now, and I think she's going to take that GFW title and eventually challenge whomever the champion will be, whether it be a babyface or whether it be Rosemary, who is a heel right now. We haven't seen Rosemary on TV since last week, since the the implosion or the death of the Decay. Decay is dead. Anyway, backstage we have Eli Drake, dummy, yeah. And he complains to Bruce Pritchard about, you know, hey, you got guys over here that just walk in and just get tagged, you know, get title shots, so on and so forth. Anyway, it's the same thing that he was talking about last week. And, you know, he says, you know, if I find Alberto Del Rio, I'm going to, you know, go on, you know, start talking a lot of junk. And, well, Del Rio was right behind him. And basically, Eli Drake is put into a match with Alberto Del Rio for the championship opportunity. Del Rio actually decides to put up his championship opportunity just to shut the mouth of Eli Drake, dummy, yeah, who I am so happy. I gotta be honest with you guys, man, I was scared for a minute there because, you know, with this whole regime change, a few people have gone, if you haven't noticed, and a few people are just not being utilized correctly, in my opinion. But, you know, hey, I gotta be honest with you guys. I think that Eli Drake is gonna be in the main event picture, and why not? The guy is freaking awesome. This is one guy that if TNA, if you guys don't utilize him right, he will be signing with the WWE in no time. It's a damn shame that Adam Cole didn't get a shot to go over to TNA. Would like to see what he was doing there, but Adam Cole may be too big of a fish in that pond right now as it is. Again, my opinion, I would like to know what you guys think. Then we have Mackenzie backstage, and she interviews Karen Jarrett, who says next week Alisha Edwards will face Angelina Love. So we're gonna have Alicia's in-ring debut, technically, yeah, in-ring debut, really, one-on-one with Angelina Love. Angelina Love is no joke, man. Former Knockouts champion. I mean, this woman is vicious. She is she's kind of evil, you know, so this is going to be kind of tough. It's not going to be easy. And then the new champion, Sienna, rolls up, and she gets in the face of Karen Jarrett, who, thank God there was not a lot of her, and she basically gave her the finger, this finger. And she says, look, whoever you put in my face, whoever you line up, I'm going to knock them down. We move on, and we have EC3. Ethan Carter III versus Jon Bolend. Kind of look like Road Warrior Animal. Am I wrong? Like a little brother or something like that. Literally, let me tell you something. Jon Bolend is no joke, guys. This guy's run up and down the East Coast, West Coast. This guy has been around in the business for a very, very long time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that on the Impact Rebellion over at WrestleZone.com with my partner, Yarla Bin Hameen. Give him a follow at bin_Hameen. Of course, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Bin Hameen. World War III is here, infidels. Get your shirts before we are all incinerated. Anyway, that's his gimmick. You know, I'm just an homage. EC3 squashes Jon Bolend, hitting the 1%er for the 1-2-3. Then after the match, he cuts a promo telling the new regime that they're responsible for what they have unleashed. And I'm glad that this guy is finally he is a freaking heel. Heel Ethan Carter III is the best EC3. I gotta be honest with you. And he is going to be winning the title at Slammiversary. One thing I'm gonna point out, and I'm gonna talk to Ben about this. If you watch the finish of this match after he hit the 1%er, was it me, or there was like a weird rough cut, like something was edited out of that finisher? Am I wrong? Like, he hit the finisher, there was a weird cut, and then the pin. I don't know, maybe somebody's pants fell off or something. I don't know, maybe somebody's junk fell out of their trunks. I don't know, dude. But it was just pretty weird. I gotta ask Ben about that. And we have Jeremy Borash, who's running around with signs, #FreeJB, something as F, whatever, man. It is what it is. I like more focus on the wrestling itself and not the announcers, but it's been entertaining. I gotta be honest with you. And JB is, you know, he's not working. He's suspended, but he is kind of working Josh Matthews. Anyone? No? Okay. Matt Morgan, the Blueprint versus Magnus for the GFW Championship, and this was actually a solid match. I don't know if it was just me, but Matt Morgan looked to be a little winded during this match. Towards the end of this match, or maybe even 75% into the match, he started getting a little winded, started moving a little slow. We have Magnus, who, Matt, Matt Morgan, who had injured his leg during the match, missing a carbon footprint, getting his leg caught on the top rope, injuring his leg, so that actually hampered him as the champion Magnus goes to town on that leg, actually working on that leg. We fast forward to the end of the match. We have Matt, who misses the carbon footprint in the corner again. I'm explaining the fact that he actually gets his leg hurt and then gets put in the figure 4 lock by what's his name? By Magnus. I'm sorry, I forgot his name for a second. And yes, he does speak with a British accent, but and that's a horrible British accent. But I try my best for you guys. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. Sausage, egg, and cheese. Thank you. Just leave it on the stand here. Thank you. Anyway, guys. So starving. Anyway. So Matt Morgan is able to reverse it and apply the pressure. The whole gimmick, the whole Ric Flair gimmick, turning it over Dusty Rhodes. We fast forward, and we have Matt Morgan, who hits the carbon footprint, which is an awesome finisher. This is not just like a big boot to the face. This guy is it's almost like a single leg drop kick, but coming from that guy with a size 25 or whatever the hell he wears. Amazing. Must be really impressed. The ladies must be very impressed by Matt Morgan. But anyway, neither here nor there. But as soon as he hits it, he starts clutching the leg. And this allows Magnus to roll outside the ring, grab the GFW title. And guess what? If he gets disqualified, he keeps the title. But nope, it was more of a distraction, because as the referee actually pulls the title away from Magnus and Matt Morgan gets up, well, he gets a kick to the moose knuckles. Yep. He gets a kick to the yam bag. Yep. He gets a kick to the nuts. Yep. He gets kicked in the lower region. Yep. He gets kicked. Well, crotch kicked. Anyway, a low blow kick by Magnus, and Matt Morgan goes down onto the ground. Matt Morgan then gets Michinoku driver. I thought it was going to be a body slam. And then Matt Morgan hits possibly one of the absolute worst diving elbow drops I've ever seen. He should change this finisher. Again, my opinion. I would like to know what you guys think. Hits it for the 1, 2, 3. Magnus goes on and goes over. So he keeps that GFW champion. Now, more segments. We have Mackenzie Mitchell backstage with Lashley, and Lashley said that the GFW title may have been important everywhere else, but it's basically nothing. He just kind of buries the title. Anyway, then we have LAX backstage, well, wherever the hell they are, doing the illegal gimmick. I mean, apparently prostitution and drug dealing and alcohol and illegal alcohol and all this craziness going on back there with these guys. And yeah, let's just do it in front of the cameras. Like, nobody's gonna freaking know. But anyway, suspend disbelief, my friends. This is like a movie. Think about that. Think of it that way. I mean, the bad guy doesn't really get arrested in real life for killing the good guy. Anyway, so yeah, man. So they're basically back and forth, and everybody looks sad and somber, and basically they're mourning the death of the Decay. And next week, apparently, they're gonna do some type of funeral procession. I don't know, whatever. I hate those things. I hope during the funeral procession, another faction comes out and attacks them. Don't tell me what happens, guys. I know this is pre-taped. I don't read the spoilers. Every week is brand new to me. Don't do that. So I have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm just telling you guys what I think may happen next week. And if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, well, cool. I like being surprised. But LAX with their, and then, they went from sad and somber to ha ha ha. They started laughing and making fun of the fact that they destroyed Crazy Stephen the Decay, so on and so forth. Pretty cool. Then we have this little black and white gimmick, this little black and white video with Rockstar Spud in a neck brace, and he talks about his attack of getting attacked by Hornswoggle with the freaking hammer. And I love the sad music in the background and inspirational. He has Hornswoggle's picture right there on the side. I think that was absolutely freaking hilarious. It was supposed to be like a somber, serious moment, but I think they know what they're doing. I know what they're doing, and it's just great. Awesome stuff. And then we have the best breast in the business, Kongo Kong, with Laurel Van Ness versus William Weeks. And boy, did William look weak this week. Never seen William before, but I think we'll never see him again, because he was eaten by the awesome one. Or not awesome. Did I say awesome? I mean, Kongo Kong. I have a question for you guys. They say he's from parts unknown, right? But his name is Kongo Kong. So isn't he from the freaking Congo? Just asking. Put 2 and 2 together. I don't know. Not too hard to find. The Congo. Just go to Google Maps. Anyway, listen, Laurel Van Ness, who has been striking out with the boys for quite some time. And baby, listen, here's the deal. If nobody wants you, I'll definitely more than take you, baby. Even the way you are. Just gotta wash that dress. I'm sure it smells like spam. Anyway, so here's the deal. Laurel Van Ness is flirting with Weeks, and Weeks turns her down. She probably smells like armpit and alcohol. Or spam. Anyway, so yeah, he turns her down, and she gets pissed off. She is not very happy, guys. Not very happy at all. So she unleashes the beast, Kongo Kong, and this freaking guy is so big and weird looking. I am falling in love with him every single week. He hooks the enhancement talent by the mouth like a fish and drags him into the corner like he just hooked him and just pulled him. It was awesome into the corner. And when he pulled him in the corner, he hits a freaking rolling thunder. Yo, Kevin Owens ain't got nothing on this big boy. Seriously, that huge rolling thunder. And then he hits 3 choke slams. It's a choke slam into a backbreaker. He does that 3 times. This poor freaking guy who looks weaker than Ellsworth right now. And finally, Kongo Kong goes to the top rope and jumps off the Empire State Building on to the enhancement talent formerly known as Mr. Weeks. Kongo Kong goes over. As Kongo Kong wins the match, we have Braxton, Sutter, and Ali come into the ring, and Braxton Sutter attacks the big man and actually hits a clothesline, knocking him over the top rope. But Kongo Kong must have got some pointers from the Undertaker or Kane, landing on his feet. This guy's extremely athletic for a big guy. But listen, man, seriously, guys, this is going to be some fun stuff. Do I think Braxton Sutter has a chance? Absolutely. Do I think he'll go over this monster? I'm not too sure. I think Kongo Kong has some big things ahead of him. Before we go to the main event, we have this Sanjay Dutt kind of thing. And my God, his eye looked like he was smuggling a baseball in his eyelid. I mean, it was really bad. Really freaking bad. Like, that thing was, like, out to here. Wow. Yeah. He looked like Joe Frazier. Thriller Manila. No, wait. Thriller Manila, was that Joe Frazier? No, it was George Foreman. No, was it Manila? I'm going to beat the gorilla in Manila. Yeah, something like that. That's what Muhammad Ali said. I'm not saying that. That's what Muhammad Ali said. Anyway, he looked like Joe Frazier. That was horrible. Man, bad, man. I remember one time I was boxing in the boys club, and I was fighting this kid, right? And well, he wasn't a kid. I find out this guy's like freaking 26 years old, and like I was like 14. This guy's like 10 years older than me, and he's got like 4 kids. He has stubble. He has stubble on his hands. I mean, it was weird. And this guy hit me with an overhand right, and all of a sudden, I'm moving around the ring, and I notice that my eye starts to close and I can't see. So I actually lost that match. Well, the guy was, you know, I lost the match, all right, at the boys club, and well, I fought a man. I mean, anyway, I look in the mirror, and yo, my freaking eye was like the size of a freaking peach. It was so huge. It took me forever to bring that thing down. I did the old freaking frozen steak, you know, just let it defrost. I did that for like 3 days straight, and I had a black eye for almost 3 weeks. It was horrible. Bad, man. I think this guy pulled the stuffing out of his gloves too. Sucks. Anyway, well, I don't know why I went off that tangent. Because I'm home, I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm talking to you guys. You know what's awesome, guys? It's like I'm talking to my best friends here. I love you guys. Anyway, the main event of the evening, we have Eli Drake, dummy, yeah, against El Patron, Alberto Del Rio, who wants to fight for the GFW Championship next week. And he will, against Magnus. Yeah, anyway, so listen, man, this was a great match. Wow, solid. I'm gonna fast forward this really quickly, and we have Eli Drake, who's in the Tree of Woe at the point. We were all the way towards the end of the match, and he's about to get that stupid double stomp, which is, you know what, probably worse than Magnus's finisher. Yep, this is worse than Magnus's finisher. Anyway, so we have the double stomp, and he grabs, that being Eli, grabs the knee pad of Alberto Del Rio, which I don't know why everybody else doesn't do this, and freaking throws Del Rio over his head, you know, onto the canvas. And Del Rio, now this freaking blew my mind. This was the WTF moment of the night. Eli Drake goes for a springboard, right? Doesn't get the springboard, but then freaking jumps back into the ring, and then springboards onto the rope and does a moonsault. What? Eli Drake does moonsaults? Eli Drake is the freaking man, dummy. Yeah, I don't have the dummy button right now on me, but yo, this guy is so freaking good. Anyway, listen, towards the end of the match, we have Al Patron. He's able to lock in the arm bar, but Drake is able to lock his arms, not allowing Alberto to extend the arm for the tap out. We fast forward a little further. Alberto Del Rio is able to hit a double stomp out of nowhere for the quick 1, 2, 3. I'd rather see somebody tap out. You know, I mean, what other finishers could you give this guy? You can give him anything. This guy's a freaking El Patron. Del Rio is like, he's so talented. I mean, you give him that stupid Tree of Woe double stomp. That's just, you can't do a Tree of Woe double stomp out of nowhere. This isn't an RKO or a Diamond Cutter, guys. I mean, really, I don't know, guys. I mean, what would you give him as a finisher? I really want to know. I mean, but anyway, look. So this is setting up. Look, I think eventually El Patron is going to be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion or the Impact World Heavyweight Champion eventually. This is where I think they're going with this, because the guy signed with them, and he's the biggest, probably the biggest. Yeah, I think he's the biggest star in their company right now. So I think I'm almost 100% sure that they're gonna give this guy the title. He's gonna beat what's his face, Magnus, for the Global Force Championship. Then he's going to face Lashley, Booby. He's going to face Booby Lashley. He calls him Booby Lashley. It's adorable. And finally, El Patron is probably going to be your Impact Wrestling Champion somewhere around, I don't know, Slammiversary? Anyway, guys, listen, man. This has been your Impact Wrestling Report for May the 4th be with you. Actually, wait a second. Today's Cinco de Mayo. Yo, you know what? I gotta call Bill Apter. Oh, but he doesn't drink. I'll call my girlfriend. She's working. Do you guys want to come drinking with me? Anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo, ladies and gentlemen. May the 4th be with you. Listen, guys, I always say this every single week. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I'd do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. I love talking with you guys about TNA Impact Wrestling here at OneWrestling.com. Hey, guys, again, give us a follow here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube /OneWrestling Video. Give me a follow at Big Ray Show, the entire Big Slam Nation family at Big Slam Nation. I'm talking about Billy Ray Valentine, the Professor, 8-Track Brown, the Wrestling Chick, Fame Black, Connor, Kayfabe, and of course my brother, who I will never ever forget, the one and only, the Show Bill Scholar. You will always be in our hearts. You will always be right here. You will always be over my shoulder as I do every single review, my brother. And of course my dad, also right here. And of course, guys, don't forget to follow the legendary, the iconic, the quite sexy Bill Apter at Apter One Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of the legendary Bill Apter, we'll see you at the matches, and in the words of my brother up in heaven, I'll see you down the road. Peace out, guys. It was awesome talking to you guys, and quite comfortable, but I gotta work next week, so see you from the offices at OneWrestling.com. Peace, guys.